We talk about how hard it is to leave the good guy. When you say, I want a divorce, and he's like, no, I want to work this out. Everything's going to be fine. We can get through this. And he's so encouraged.
I will genuinely never understand this mindset. But of course, this is like a 2-minute video. So what else does she have to say?
Everything's just so fucking peachy keen, right? We talk about how I'm manipulated into staying because he's a good guy. He does nothing wrong. Like, the only thing he's guilty of is being lazy and, not putting in effort like we did when we were in the beginning of our relationship, like any other marriage. He doesn't beat me, he doesn't do anything, he doesn't.
The woman says, I'm manipulated into staying because he's a good guy and has done nothing wrong. Even then, she finds a way to say she's been manipulated, and she's the victim here, even though by her own admission he's done nothing hurtful. Incredible how women can craft language like that.
Majority of women fall in love with the romantic side of a relationship where he's courting you, he's taking you on dates, maybe he's getting you gifts, he's putting in all of this effort to get you, and you expect him to continue this effort when life smacks you in the face, and it's an unrealistic expectation. Women have been brainwashed into believing that it's supposed to be Disneyland movie all of the time, and he is supposed to spend 95% of his time making you happy alongside working 60 hours. Maybe you added some kids in there, maintaining a house, and all of the things that they don't show you in a Disneyland movie. And the other part about it is so many women sit on the internet all day long and see everybody's highlight reel of what relationships are supposed to be like, so they start to believe that the grass is supposed to be greener on the other side. It is not manipulation if a man wants to work out a relationship with you. You should be thankful because the majority of men that have an ungrateful partner at home would leave your ass and leave you with absolutely nothing and not want to try at all.
As a man, I'll be honest, boring is good. I'll take a boring, predictable girl instead of a high-maintenance diva anytime. Also, not having a woman is not losing. Thanks, ladies. Since you don't need a man, we know that you are happy without one. Everyone's happy.
I can promise you the dating scene that you think is going to be better is not going to be. It's the same story every single time. These women put unrealistic expectations on the men. Well, they still don't put in the same effort. They're not having as much sex. Maybe they're not cleaning the house as much. They're not even doing the same things they did to get a man, to keep a man. And the biggest mistake that women make is that they don't go for compatibility, or if they even like this person, they're so focused on, oh, he bought me flowers. Oh, he took me on a date. Oh, he spent $500 on me. They are never looking at the person for who he is rather than what he's doing in the relationship. And then they fuck themselves because they wake up next to somebody after 10 years and they're like, who the fuck did I marry? Because we don't get along. I don't like anything about this person. The person that he really is isn't the person that I fell in love with. And it's because you fell in love with the idea of him and not for who he actually is. Okay, bye.
Dating and finding sane women to date is a minefield. Women want to be romanced like the novels they read. From the guy's side, it's practically impossible to find a woman who understands what's really important in a marriage.
Stop building, man up. Little boss the builder. Sit down, relax. It's not your job. Stop teaching them what their mom needs. Help stuff. Stop teaching them what emotional intelligence is, changing their styles, telling them how to color match, inspiring them to exercise and eat healthier.
Stop building women up. Stop building women up. You are not Bob the Builder. You are not their father. Stop trying to be the father that they never had. Stop trying to take care of them. Let them fall. Let them cry. Let them cry in your face. Owe them nothing. Stop settling for the bare minimum. Stop giving in to her excessive need for validation because she has mommy issues. Stop accepting the fact that she sleeps around and doesn't know how to have long-term partnerships with people because of her daddy issues. Stop accepting poor communication or trust issues or even excessive jealousy because she has internal issues from having absent parents. Stop putting her through nursing school. Stop making more money so she can have a side hustle and stack her own money. Stop pumping her gas for her. Stop thinking about the little things like your kid's college fund or having savings in the bank or how you're going to afford your car payment. Don't even worry about it. Don't provide, don't protect. If she's getting her ass beat by some random person on the street, just keep walking. tells you that her ex-boyfriend used to beat the shit out of her and you go all defensive and want to beat his ass, don't even worry about that.
Fact is, women expect men to put in the majority of effort, but rarely do the women match the energy. Men see this and match her energy. Then the girl, instead of talking like an adult, makes a video like this to shame the guy and avoid all responsibility and accountability for her behavior.
Don't even worry about that, because it's not your responsibility now to protect her. Making these women better. Stop giving them the financial means to leave your ass. Stop making them feel good about themselves. Remind them every single day that they only look beautiful because they have makeup and filters. Don't give them any sense of self-worth or confidence because it's not your responsibility. You will literally be building women for the next man, and the next man will have nothing, and you'll end up supporting 2 households. Supporting their OnlyFans, stop engaging with their Instagram photos, stop building these women up to be better than they are, because they are literally zeros looking for 10s, and you're a 10. Let's be so for real. If you make it to the end of this video, we all know that when you love and care about somebody in a partnership, in a romantic relationship, there's nothing or no lengths that you will go to take care of them. So all of this shit is bullshit. And y'all need to work on yourselves and find better partners that actually want to build with you and you build together. Some of y'all are bitter ass bitches that want to blame the patriarchy for everything. And if the patriarchy is so fucking shitty, then why do you have all of the same rights that men do and then some? Stop crying on the internet because some guy broke your heart, and just know that there are good men and women out there that are still going to love, support you, and build you up, because that's what you do in relationships. Okay, bye.
It is not a husband's job to be a woman's entertainment and finance director. He is not her joy and happiness generator. Joy and happiness only come from within. It is ironic that the nicer a nice guy is, the more boring a man is, the better husband and father he will be. The Chads and Tyrones, being turds, usually turn out to be lousy husbands and lousy fathers. But of course, both of these groups mean nothing to women who only deal with their current feelings instead of dealing in logic.
I'm fully convinced most women just want the wedding, not the actual marriage. Like, besides having children, having the same last name, what's the point of signing a government contract to prove your love?
The thing is, women fall in love with words, while men fall in love with their heart. Falling in love with the idea of a person is the same problem when people don't fall in love with someone because they have an idea of that person that has nothing to do with reality.
I want to get married. With the translation, I want the wedding and I want the ceremony, etc. But do they want to actually be a wife? I would argue most women don't. And if a woman sits there and says, I'm only going to cook and clean for you or have these wife duties, if you elevate me to wife, can you go into your job and say, promote me to CEO?
Then I'll become
become that person. No, but we live in a crazy clown world where women are able to dictate terms and tell you, this is what I want, right? And then your dumbass is supposed to go ahead and give them what they want without them necessarily meeting their requirements. Could you imagine?
I mean,
if,
yeah.
Hold on. Like, again, this is why female logic doesn't make sense. Could you imagine if you could walk into your employer's office and say, look, man, I want my salary tripled. I want these XYZ benefits. And then, and only then, I'm going to go ahead and complete my duties. And on top of that, by the way, I reserve the right to stop those duties at any time and still get my salary and pension.
Yep. They completely close themselves to the possibility and miss out on a potentially good relationship. Discrimination is a very real problem with dating, and nobody talks about it.
You can't expect us to be wifey material for someone that doesn't deserve it.
Automatically wrong.
Okay, so you expect me to give my all and give my best to
I
someone?
expect you to appreciate the men that built the world around you, that allow you to be able to live in a first world country. The entitlement you guys have. So entitled. In college today, the average man sitting in college with a woman knows that that woman wants a man making 6 figures. They can't even date because today young women don't want men who are making average money. The men you typically date are older and have money.
Yeah.
You want everything. You don't know what the world costs. And that is why most women cannot respect men. Gentlemen, act accordingly. Treat them equal if they want to be treated equal.
It took me a long time to realize that breakups that women created just out of the blue for no reason were basically just them getting bored, which as a guy is a terrifying thing, to think that you could be virtually perfect and do nothing wrong, but still have the girl wake up one morning and just decide to leave for no reason other than being bored.
This filter is actually insane. I mean, how do they do this? You want to see a catfish? Here's a catfish. I have never felt uglier.
Filters today are becoming the #1 headache for men when meeting women online because you no longer know what to expect. You see a photo of a beautiful woman, but when you meet her on a date, you're surprised to find out you were deceived. She feels offended that you don't want anything with her when she is the one selling an unrealistic image. Just look at this filter. It could turn almost any woman into a supermodel. Dark times are on the horizon for us men.
Facts. Good guys prove that modern women are not abused by all men. However, feminism demands that all women find some type of problem with a man, even if the problem is that the man is too good for them. Good men prove that some modern women are not good, nice, or kind people.
Women used to be courted by men. Now they slide up on your pictures, like your story, and they're like, I'm in.
I mean, courtship is reserved for ladies. You know,
Yeah.
gentlemen and ladies. Most women today are not ladies.
A lot of men
That's
today
not
aren't
a
gentlemen.
That's not a bad point.
So a lot of women have slept with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people. They're dating multiple people at the same time. You don't get courtship if you're not a traditional woman, point
I
blank,
agree.
period.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
And most women are not traditional women and they're dating multiple people. I'm not going to court you when you have 3 other dudes that you're
You
dating.
shouldn't.
So why don't
And
you ask
most
that
other women-
question? Why don't you ask that question? Are you talking to anybody else?
I do ask that question.
Good.
I think that's
I do-
more.
I
That's
do
a
ask that
better
question.
first date question.
I do ask that question, but I do care about your past too.
What aggravates me is that many women expect the same effort from men post-dating, but they fail to maintain the effort on their fitness to reciprocate what they desire from their man.
Girls think that they want to date a high value man until he starts calling you out for not taking responsibility, before he starts holding you accountable, before he has higher standards for you than you have for yourself. Everyone talks about, oh, date a high value man. It's so, this is what you do to have to attract a high value man. But I've never heard anyone talk about like actually dating a high value man takes a totally different kind of woman. It's not for the weak. I have other friends who are dating like very loving, very successful, perfectionist, ambitious men, and it is not for the weak.
To all you young blokes out there, when you get older, you couldn't care less if you have a woman or not. Men just want to chill, and 9 out of 10 women just create stress.
I don't think men should get married.
Okay, I think they should.
Okay, why?
I think most people here would agree with me.
Yeah, most women would agree with you. Why?
The legal aspects, also how it shows commitment, that sort of thing.
Does it?
What's the reason why you don't?
Well, I mean, I'll just the commitment thing. What couldn't I just make the reverse argument? A woman who's willing to stay with you absent marriage is more committed to you?
Well, maybe if you care about the woman's happiness.
I guess what I'm trying to get though, because you say, well, it's for the woman, but like, where's the actual benefit to the guy? One of you, if you're trying to convince me, give me a positive.
Women also are more willing to submit if they're in a marriage. Of course, they probably won't as much.
Well, let me ask the girls here a question. Do you want the guy to pay for the first date? Show of hands, raise them high, please. Yes, 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 yes. So it's like, hold on, but you're not married. Why do you expect the guy to fall into his traditional gender roles? You're not married yet. So this idea that, oh, I'm only going to submit when we're married, okay, then you can protect yourself. You guys have to initiate dates. You got to do all the things that you guys kind of look to men to do. That's got to be 50-50 now.
What some women term as boring, most men see as peace. Never judge a woman by her words, but by her actions. Don't try to understand her reasons, just move on and never settle for less. Always know your worth. Women don't seem to understand how destructive divorce is. The suicide rate for divorced men is 11 times that of women. Why take that risk?
I personally think that men are basically all the same. Men just want a nice, sweet, supportive woman. You don't even have to be that beautiful. Like, don't be fat, like go to the gym, eat healthy, put a little bit of makeup on, not too much. But ultimately, men just want a supportive, kind, sweet woman. He's gonna go out there, take on the world, do all these difficult things, and he just wants to go home and know that there's peace, there's food on the table, the house is clean. It's really not that difficult. All men want the same thing.
Women need to remember that the last time a woman tried to live an average man's life, she was institutionalized for severe depression and later took her own life. Whenever you see women talk about men this and men that, remember Nora Vincent. Thanks for watching Manhood. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.